Yo my people welcome back to another video on the channel, and I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who supported me during my first year on YouTube. Today marks 1 year since I started doing the YouTube stuff, so I appreciate all the subscribers. Got 212 of you guys. It means a lot to me, and thank you to everyone who's liked, shared and subscribed to the channel as well. 2023 is going to be a great year, and there's going to be a lot more content, so thank you. But let's just get into this video, and it's the player ratings video for the Chelsea vs Nottingham Forest match yesterday, in which we drew 1-1, which was an abysmal result, an abysmal second half. But let's just get into it. I'm going to start with Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal, and I can't even fault you, Kepa. I cannot, because you are part of the reason why we didn't end up losing this game. How many chances did Nottingham Forest have that they could easily have scored? If they won 3-1 or 2-1 against us, you wouldn't have been surprised based on chances that they had, controlling the game and just looking threatening, getting in behind us, causing us a lot of trouble. But Kepa made about 2 or 3 saves. He couldn't keep out the goal that went in from the Spurs player Aurier. So it is what it is, but nonetheless, my rating for you, Kepa, I'm going to give you a 7 because you had a good game. And then we're going to move on to the right back, Azpilicueta, who became our most capped player our most capped foreign player, and he's 6th all time in terms of all time Chelsea appearance makers with 496 appearances. So big up El Captain, says Azpilicueta, who had a decent performance. But you was a part of the reason why we conceded, because you allowed Aurier just to get in front of you and score a goal. In my opinion, times like this, I really wish we would have started someone like Trevor Chalobah, because Trevor Chalobah isn't necessarily a right back, but Azpilicueta, yeah man, I just don't feel comfortable. And then he is the person that's at fault in a sense to us conceding a goal. So yeah man, for Asp, I'm gonna give you a 6. Then we have Thiago Silva, who for me is going to be my man of the match, because as always, if we need to rely upon someone, we can rely upon Thiago. He's had a very good game. Like my good friend, hold on. My good friend at Chelsea, Carefree, shared some stats, and basically Thiago Silva had the most touches in the game with 133, the most passes attempt 121, the joint most clearances 5, possession won 7, passing accuracy 93%. So you got a man that's doing that. And not only that, he made about 4 or 5 clearances, 2 tackles, marshalling the defence. I actually don't know where we would be without Thiago Silva, because without him, I really don't want to imagine where we would be, honestly. So Thiago Silva, you're going to be my man of the match. I'm going to give you a 7.5. And then Koulibaly, oh man, you get shakier and shakier every single game. Like Nottingham Forest taking the game to us, but us giving away tackles, them breezing past you as well. Like, you need to do better, Koulibaly, man. Like, honestly, I expect you to do a lot better. And ever since Graham Potter's come in, I could count on one hand the amount of good performance that you've had, and we'd be lucky to even get all 5. So for me, I beg you, just pattern up please, because right now with Badia Shah coming in, you could likely be dropped, because we have other centre back options. So you need to step it up. Cucurella, now Koulibaly, my rating for you, I said I'm gonna give you a 6. And then Cucurella, who had a better game compared to what his last couple have been in terms of before the international break. But it was a decent game. I found that you maybe could have done better in terms of like being more physical, because you get bullied, and a lot of our players were getting bullied, if we're being honest with you. So yeah, Cucurella, I'm gonna give you a 6.5, and then I'm gonna move on to the midfield where Jorginho played. It's very jarring because in games where teams are very physical, Jorginho can't be as effective, which is why he wasn't effective like that. Honestly, he wasn't. More time, he's the person that dictates play and controls the game. He attempted about 40 passes at max. Attempted 40 passes at max and only got about 33 of them. And that is poor. Normally he's the guy that you would say could get 60 passes plus, attempt at least 70 passes. No, because we didn't have control in the midfield. Nottingham Forest were running us and bullying us, which is why, like, yeah, man, at one point they had a lot of possession. Like, we ended up having a lot of possession at the end of the match, but there's points in time where they were dominating us. And in the midfield battles, they were just winning. They were winning. They was rattling everyone. Jorginho and Mount, Zakaria, all of them were getting rattled. You could see, especially with Mount, because he has that history with Nottingham Forest due to playing for Derby. But nonetheless, Jorginho, I'm gonna give you a 6.5. Actually, no, I'm gonna give you a 5. And then we have Zakaria, who, like last game, you said you didn't feel like you had a great game. So after yesterday's performance, you therefore can't tell me that you had a very good game either, because like you being a bully in terms of like being physical in the midfield is great, but yesterday Nottingham Forest were on you and you was getting mad. You was getting mad. Even one CFC mod was like, oh raw, Zakaria, he needs to it looked like he's trying to stop himself from punching a Nottingham Forest defender, because they were on us, fam, kicking us down, fouling us how many different times. Like, they was trying to get under our skin, and it worked. It worked. We couldn't control the game in the midfield. So Zakaria, I'm going to give you a 5.5. And then we have Mason Mount, who for me, I don't know what he was doing. It was a very poor performance. I'm going to give you a 4, Mason, because you let the rivalry too much with with Nottingham Forest take over, committing with about 2 or 3 fouls, lost possession more than anyone in the team. It's like, what are you offering, man? It's like performances like this make us wonder, why do you do this more time when Reece James ain't here? Like, you'll go into hiding. And it's not just you, but your best performances more time come with Reece James on the pitch, which is very frustrating, which is why a lot of people will criticise you. But yesterday, which wasn't a good performance, you need to step it up. And yeah, I'm going to give you a 4. And then we have our attack force. Christian Pulisic, who he was the reason why we was able to get a goal, because he put a ball in. Willy Bolly nearly scored a mad own goal, but then it fell to Sterling, he scored. Christian Pulisic, I felt for you, because Cucurella and you on the left hand side couldn't link up. How many times did they ever try to like a 1-2? And then like Pulisic will normally pass it and then move. Whenever Cucurella has done that, he'll pass Cucurella, he doesn't move. He doesn't try to go in behind him, like he doesn't. He'll pass the ball to someone like Thiago Silva. As soon as he passed the ball to Thiago Silva, he runs, because he knows that Thiago will try and find him. Cucurella ain't doing that. Cucurella ain't trying to find Pulisic, in my opinion. And that hampered his game. He was the most lively of the 3. He wasn't even trying to just stay on the left hand side. It all got to a point where he's literally gone around the whole entire pitch onto the right hand side to try to create something for us. And it nearly worked out, but obviously nothing came of it. But he was trying to literally just try anything and everything, which is why I rate you so much, Pulisic, because you know that in this team right now, you can claim a spot, and doing what you're doing right now can eventually help you claim that spot. Because for me, you should definitely be starting the next game, in my opinion. You should definitely be starting in the next game, but it's going to be very tricky to see that happening. We have to wait and see, innit? But my rating for you, Pulisic, I'm going to give you a 7. And then we also have on the right hand side Raheem Sterling. He didn't have a great game, but got the goal we needed. Boy, it was a much needed goal, putting us in the lead. But other than that, didn't really do too much in the game. If I'm honest, didn't really do too much after that. So my rating for you, I'm going to give you a 7 as well. And then up top, Kai Havertz. Damn man, this poor performance. I'm gonna have to give you a 4 because the touch I see from you was poor. There's times where I wish you just shoot, but you don't. It's like centre forward just ain't the position for it. You can't consecutively play 2 good games in centre forward. You can't, which is why it's just so jarring, so annoying, and yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to see how the next games go. But yeah, I'm gonna give you a 4 as well. Then we're gonna move on to the substitutes, and substitutes were Conor Gallagher, it was Aubameyang, it was Hakim Ziyech, it was Hakim Ziyech, as well as Kovacic, Ziyech, Gallagher, Aubameyang, and Chukwuemeka Mako. All 5 of you came on, and in my opinion, Kovacic, I can't really say too much. Ziyech, what I can say about him is that he created the only chance for us in the second half, and really, it was created out of nothing. Someone that we know can help us create chances on a more regular basis. Now that he's back, hopefully he can get some game time as well. Because now that we play with 4-3-3 on the right hand side, Ziyech might be able to get his best run of games. But we have to wait and see. Nonetheless, he created the best chance for us and our only chance for us. Aubameyang couldn't get on the end of it. So it is what it is. But Ziyech, the most bright spark of all the subs. Conor Gallagher, getting bullied a lot. We need a lot more physicality in this team. We see a lot of people doing gym and that before, like during the international break, but you need to do up more gym, get more physical, because man, them are getting bullied. It's by Nottingham Forest, just getting bullied, fam. We need to show a lot more determination and aggression in the game. But yeah, man, that's it from the players. I'm not gonna give, apart from Ziyech, I'm gonna give Ziyech a 5. I'm gonna give Ziyech a 5.5. Everyone else is not gonna get a rating. And Graham Potter, I can't fault you for anything. You put out a team good enough to win the game, and it's down to the players on the pitch. You are not at fault for them not being able to create chances, moving so passive, moving just side to side football majority of the time. This is something we've seen a lot of this time, a lot in the last 12 months, and it's without Graham Potter even being here. People need to stop criticising Graham Potter, making it seem like it's his fault that we're moving like this. No, it's down to injuries as well, because he's never been able to play with our best 11 ever. So in the team, so you can't really fault him. I believe that we should have won the game, and we could have won the game based on the lineup that he put out, and even with the changes that he made, he ended up creating a chance for us in the second half. If he didn't, we wouldn't have created a chance. So people need to look at those kind of things and take it into consideration that Graham Potter, he's only been at Chelsea for not even 5 months. Not even 5 months yet. And he's trying to change things without having our best 11. Please, just give him time, because I believe that he'll be able to turn it around. You've seen what he's done with a team like Brighton, but it wasn't overnight. It took him at least 2 to 3 seasons. So give him time. Let's just back him and give him another year or so, because right now people are trying to call for his head, and it's just not right. It ain't right. We are going for a bad spell, yes, but at the end of the day, these things have happened. These things have happened not once, not twice, but 3 times in the last 4 or 5 years. So in order for us to progress, and if we want to win a Premier League title, you have to go through some sort of pain, and this is that kind of pain. So we need to go through this, and then maybe on the other side we can win a Premier League, because there's no manager nowadays that are going to come into the Premier League in the first season and win the Premier League. That's what we should be aiming for. Pep Guardiola didn't, Jurgen Klopp didn't. These are the two examples that we've had in the last 5 years. The last person to do it was Antonio Conte, and even with that Chelsea team, we only had to play 1 or 2 games a week. So realistically, doing what we're doing now is very hard, but Graham Potter, I trust in you, I believe in you, and I feel like eventually you'll be getting your flowers, because you can change up this team and coach us to be better. So hopefully that can happen, and I just hope that Chelsea fans can just ease and not slander him so much. But that's just my thoughts and opinions. I'm Potter in, innit? Let me know if you're Potter out in the comments. But yeah, man, that's gonna be it from me regarding the player ratings for the Chelsea vs Nottingham Forest match, which ended 1-1. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Facebook for more Chelsea content. I'm CFC Redis Blue, and I'm out. Peace. Come on, Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea.